Dawson Rider Wiki.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here with my review of Power Rangers Ninja Steel episode. I can't remember the number, but I know it's called Family Fusion. So yeah, this was the episode where all of the storyline about Brody's brother came to a head. As I've mentioned in the past couple reviews, a lot of this was, you know, information was known based on the international spoilers, so I kind of knew it, so none of it was really a surprise. And it was an okay episode. Like, it was okay for the fact that, you know, we actually got some plot moving and whatnot, but there definitely could have been some things better handled about it. You know, it was revealed that the Aiden we thought was Aiden, or that, you know, people that didn't know the spoilers thought was Aiden, was, well, I guess you knew last week he was evil. Anyway, that he was a robot working for them and stuff like that. We also found out that Levi was actually Aiden, and basically his memories got stolen by Madame Otis on the ship and given to this robot. It's all kind of a convoluted, weird story, and I feel stupid for going on so much back in Levi's debut episodes about how happy I was they didn't make him his brother. Because there were some people that still suspected it, and then it was confirmed, and I'm still disappointed they went for that. Because I do like Levi, actually. I think it's kind of dumb that he's going to high school now instead of just being a singer. But I like him, I like the actor, I think there's interesting aspects that can be used with the character with having fame. And I just thought it was too cliche to make his brother the Gold Ranger. I think that if it were me, I would have either actually made his brother evil, or at least somewhat evil to be redeemed later. I think that would have been interesting if somebody, whether it was Madame Otis or whoever, got their hands on him sometime in the intervening years and had him be on their side. I think that potentially making use of the 3 Red Rangers later, while also being kind of cliche and, you know, just easy or predictable. Like, I think almost equally predictable is making Levi the Gold Ranger, or Aiden the Gold Ranger, or making him one of the Red Rangers. But I think it would have been less predictable, especially to the people that don't know about the Sentai, to have, you know, the end of the series, like, have Aiden and his dad and then him all become the 3 Red Rangers. That would have made the most sense to me. I'm curious to see if they're ever going to use that. You know, because especially I think it would have been cool to see one of the alternate sashes in the pilot, but that's a whole other thing. But I think that would have been the less cliche of the two, and just making his brother be on the team, it just kind of centers it all around that storyline. Kind of reminds me just so much of the Tyler's dad story. Speaking of, as messy as this is and kind of weird, like, I feel like it was a way to make it seem really twisty, like, oh, you didn't see that coming. And I think there's some good ideas in there. And there was some decent handling in certain ways of, like, little hints that his memory was messed up, but I still think it was weird. But like I said, speaking of Tyler's stuff, as weird as this was, I do think that at the moment it's still better handled than Tyler's dad, mainly because Tyler's dad was like this big storyline for Dino Charge that was hyped up, or, you know, it was always in the presence of your mind. And then when it happened, it just happened so quickly. Like, this was pretty quick too, but at least this kind of got a multi-part arc in a way. But Tyler's dad happened so quickly, and then his dad I don't think was a very good character, and they were like, oh, I was on the run from Dogo, I forgot his American name, was it Fury or something like that? I don't remember, but I'm on the run from him, but he was never chasing him. I always thought it would have made more sense to have Singe be the one that was chasing him and introduce them at the same time. But that's for a whole other day that already happened. But my point is, I think it was better done than that. I was less clunky, but I'm still not a fan that we did that. And it makes it seem really funnily weird. It comes off like a last minute thing, slash they were trying to outsmart the audience, where it's just weird. He's like, oh, he took his memories and gave it to this robot, so he's been with him all this time but didn't remember it, and there was never any, there was hints to the audience, but not to Brody, and like, I don't know. And like, it's weird, like when he was describing, once he got his memories back, that he's like, oh yeah, Dad told me to hide, so I changed my name, and then became famous. Like, it's kind of stupid when you think about it. Like, he's on the run, allegedly, or at least thinking he's trying to hide from, you know, everyone on Galvanax's ship. And even if they weren't actively searching for him all these years, from his point of view, he was trying to hide from them. So, changing your name and then becoming famous just seems stupid. It'd be like, if, you know, it makes it easier for you to be found, I think. Anyway, I just thought that was kind of stupid. And it was a really cheesy way that his memories got unlocked at the end, where it was about the song, and I had a little... Power Rangers always does cheesy stuff, and I've let certain things go by with Ninja Steel, but that one just kind of really grated on me. I think I would have rather... Like, he sort of got a rush of memory when he defeated the Aiden bot, which I thought also was kind of convenient, the way when they were clashing it just transferred in. But I kind of wish that that would have happened, and then they would have let it into next week, like had a scene at the end where he's kind of getting flashes, but then, you know, we more revealed it next week instead of doing everything in one episode. I think I would have preferred that, or preferred a different method of getting the memories back. Like maybe instead of Aidenbot blowing up, have him be basically disabled, and then you have Mick researching the robot and finding, oh, there's some sort of weird storage on one of its hard drives, and then finding out it's the memories somehow. I just think they could have extended it. Like, I was glad it was at least kind of a multi-part arc, but it could have been not so rushed overall. But it was at least some decent-ish stuff in there. This week's Victor and Monty plot was good because they disappeared for most of the episode. They got sucked in the hat at the beginning and then didn't appear till the very end. Would have been better if they had got sucked in the hat and then they threw the hat in a trash compactor, but what are you gonna do? And then this episode was also used to debut the Ninja Fusion combo of the two Megazords via the Fusion Star. It wasn't the most monumental debut. I think it was kind of made a little bit more special because it was about the family thing, and then they tried to incorporate it, but it still didn't have as huge of an impact. But yeah, it was just kind of an okay episode, kind of like the last few weeks, but at least stuff was happening. I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10 overall. Like, it was not, I'm trying to think of the right word. Like, it was engaging, I guess, because stuff was happening, so it was at least nice for that. But there was, like, nitpicks I had about the way the story was handled, because I think I'm a little bit lenient more in Ninja Steel, and I at least somewhat enjoy watching Ninja Steel more than Dino Charge. But both Dino Charge and Ninja Steel frustrate me on the level of that they both have ideas that I actually really like. There's a lot of plot introducing ideas and innovations that I think deviate from the Sentai that are actually really clever, and there's some coming up too, but because of the quality of the writing a lot, they don't get to fully see their potential. But anyway, that's about it for this week. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's Awesome Writer, signing out.